Mahava blessings and welcome to this video, and I will be sharing with you the guidance for this week between October the 2nd and October the 8th, and I will be talking about the cycles of the moon connected to the Aramaic technology, and I will also be talking a little bit about what I am perceiving right now, receiving that what is in the field, and also sharing a little bit of the Gospel of Philip, which is actually my favorite Gnostic Gospel. So as we start, and I will also do a Nun Codes reading today. As we start on the 2nd, the moon goes into Capricorn. And this is very, very beautiful because we're going to go into the first quarter of the moon cycle. Again, on the 3rd, the moon goes into, on the 2nd, it goes into Capricorn. On the 3rd, we go into the first quarter of this moon cycle, and it is connected to Nidria. And Nidria in Aramaic means commitment. And what I do like about this is this week, the cycles are very, very aligned. The Aramaic cycles are very aligned with the lunations. So we know what Capricorn is about, right? Capricorn is about commitment. Capricorn is about discipline, destiny. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so it is all about our career and also prosperity and how we can hold our prosperity and leave a legacy. So at the end of the day, it's all about discipline, commitment, and work. And so that first quarter moon that comes on the 3rd, Nidria in Aramaic, is about commitment. And according to the Aramaic technologies, when we align with the energy of Nidria and we commit to our path, and the teachings of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, this was a very important time to commit to our path, to commit to what we had chosen in that moment. And all of this is really strengthened by the moon in Capricorn. So the reason why just to sum up why I like to navigate with the cycles of the moon, these are Shabbat teachings, and Shabbat is a word that comes from the word moon and womb. When we connect with the cycles of the moon is our incarnational experience, right? And so when we can move through the incarnational experience, our soul starts to have more space and we can connect with Neptune. I'll be talking about Neptune today. So we go into this first quarter, Nidria commitment, and it is very aligned with the Capricorn energy. So then on the 4th, we go into Aquarius. But the interesting thing here is that on the 6th, we go into the Pisces energy. And here we go into the waxing gibbous phase, which in the Aramaic technology is Hilma. Now, this phase, this beautiful energetic frequency of the moon, according to the Aramaic technology, is about dreams. So it is about the dreams that we have, and how to bring them into manifestation. And again, the moon is in Pisces when we go into the waxing gibbous. So this is a powerful time where the whole energy of the Hilma, which is the connection to our dreams and to the dream state, becomes strengthened with the energy of Pisces, because Pisces is all about the vision, the mystic, the spirituality, the oneness, and the dream. Remember that Pisces is connected to vision, to having the capacity to bring a vision into form. And that's why Pisces is really connected to colors, to the energy of colors, to photography, to film, to theater. So this is very, very, again, aligned with the Aramaic phases of the moon, bringing in these frequencies of the zodiacal entities coming in. So I find this week fantastic to work with the moon because it is so aligned. And then of course, on the 9th, where I'm only doing into the 8th, we go into Nikupta, which is the full moon, and it's the divine feminine mystery being revealed to us. And I will talk about that next week. So what I'm seeing, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, very interesting energies to work with together in the moon. And again, that first quarter is all about Nidria commitment, finding what we need to commit to, right? There has to be some form of commitment. And the quarter moons are very tricky because they're not easy. Out of all of the phases of the moon, the quarter moons bring in disruptions into our life, bring in energies that could be not very comfortable. So that's why this first quarter moon is connected to the commitment beyond what is happening. And again, when we go into the Hilma between the 6th and the 8th, we have the opportunity to dream big and to have a lot of vision in our life. And actually, if you keep a dream journal in these days of Hilma, it's very important to write down the messages or even the sensations and feelings that we have when we sleep at night, because the prophecy comes in through dreams as well, and very powerful messages. So according to these beautiful Aramaic cycles of the moon, I think that they're very, very aligned, and they're being strengthened by the zodiacal frequencies that the moon will be in during this week. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is a beautiful, beautiful, I wanted to say that in Hilma, in the phase of Hilma, we need to choose creation over destruction. And in the phase of Nidra, which is that first quarter moon, it's to show up for ourselves and for other people. So very important to align with these energies. One of the things that I wanted to share today, before I talk about Neptune for this Desert Rose guidance, is a quote from the Gospel of Philip. And it says, Adam came into being through two virgins, from the Spirit and from the virgin earth. Christ was born of a virgin to heal the initial fall. And so Adam, as we know, means humanity, right? It's Adama. It doesn't mean man, it doesn't mean woman, it means human, right? And so Philip, the Gospel of Philip is my favorite gospel by far, and it is also known as the bridal chamber mysteries, because it is all about going back into unity, going back into oneness, into who we truly are in our essence. So what Philip is saying is to be born of two virgins is to actually be asleep. That is the symbolism. And to be born of one virgin, you are awakened. And the initial fall is the sleep of humanity, right? That we are asleep, we are in a dream state, and not the dream state that is so beautiful with the prophecy and the visions, an actual dream, because we're not awake. And as Neptune, when I'm recording this, is retrograde in Pisces until December the 3rd, you know, Neptune is a beautiful, beautiful planet because it represents the soul free from the incarnation. And the only way we can get to the moon, as I started talking about the cycles of the moon, because I think this is very important, the only way we can actually get to work with the moon, understanding and healing and liberating the incarnational experience so it can be truly a divine incarnational experience. The only way we can do this is through Saturn. We can't just go directly to the moon without working with Saturn. This is why in many cultures, right, especially the Middle Eastern cultures, the Hebrew, the Indian, Hindu, there's a lot of discipline when it comes to prayer or the practice, right? You can see the yogis waking up before the sun comes out to do the chanting, to do the bhakti, to do the yoga, and you can see the Muslims pray 5 times a day. I mean, I could go on with the examples. The reason why we sometimes forget why we do these things, why we commit to a practice. And many times we commit to a practice because definitely it feels really good. But at the same time, this is us working with Saturn. We cannot evolve without Saturn. We need to be free of Saturn. We need to keep Saturn happy. So when we practice discipline, then we are allowed into Mother Moon's energy through the discipline, and we can work with the incarnational experience. So as you work with these phases of the moon, always remember to keep Saturn happy with a daily practice and discipline in our lives, even if it's 5 minutes a day. So I really had to say that, and now let's go back to the quote. So as Neptune is retrograde, and Neptune represents the the experience of the soul out of the body. Neptune is that planet of oneness, of spirituality, the mystic. Yet when Neptune is in Pisces in retrograde, it can really bring about a lot of confusion, a lot of the sheep herd mentality. And so this quote, I'm actually sharing it for a reason, because the fall, when it says that Christ was born from one virgin, one true sovereign, why? Because her mother Mary, the high light being, had come into this earth already in her ascension, really. She was liberated, right? She was a high light being incarnated here on earth, and so she was a true sovereign as Queen of Heaven, Queen of the earth, right? She was a sovereign, and she gave birth to him, and also he came and had his second birth through spirit, right? So he was born of one virgin, and that one virgin is spirit. But when the symbolism, and this symbolism was used a lot in Aramaic, when you are born of two virgins, not of one, the number two, remember, representing duality that needs to go back into unity. That's why we do the Shabbat on Fridays. When you are born of two virgins, you are still asleep, and we need to make an effort to awaken, right? And it said, Philip says in his gospel, he was born of one virgin so that he could help humanity with the fall, right? So that was one of his great teachings, to help people awaken. And a lot of what is going on right now, and we can see it in the world, is that we're just allowing ourselves to receive an energy stream of information that could not even be true, right? We are allowing ourselves to be controlled, and that's all Neptune and Pisces, and that's that Pisces energy in the shadow, the virus spreading. Remember in the pandemic, the virus spread when it started in 2020, it spread in the portal of Pisces. And so it's all of that energy of the collective unconscious just spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading. And if we are not on guard, we allow that energy and that information to come in. So we actually believe information that is given to us or that we see without even questioning it, without even understanding what it means to us, without even knowing where it comes from. We just say, oh, this is happening. Again, Adam was born of two virgins, and the Christ came of one virgin to help humanity with the fall. So what this means is that we have an opportunity right now in our daily lives, not just when we're doing our beautiful practice and connecting to spirituality and feeling very illuminated, but in our daily lives, we have the opportunity to awaken. And this is one of the main teachings of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, to awaken, to get out of the sleep, right? To connect with our true serpent energy, allow it to come up, penetrate the heart center, be in our power, our true power, and know what we are thinking, and know what thoughts belong to us, not to another person or the collective unconscious. What are the thoughts that belong to me? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What are my values always when they are connected to the higher good and the law of Nukhra, the law of light? So this is something very, very beautiful that we can reflect on this week. And the reason why I want to reflect on it this week in this Desert Rose guidance is that we have a very good alignment, again, with the lunar cycle of the Aramaic technology with the zodiacal frequencies. It's a beautiful alignment to bring in Capricorn with Nidria, the commitment, and Pisces with the Hilma, with the dreams. So those dreams, again, are the dreams that can bring in vision of oneness, of what we really want in life, or they can be dreams of the collective unconscious that keeps us totally asleep and our pineal gland completely calcified, right? So I'm going to read it one more time, and I'm going to write it underneath it so that you can read it. Adam came into being through two virgins, from the spirit and from the virgin earth. So what this means also, that even though we are asleep, we still come, we are spirit and we are human, the earth, right? We are this unity. And from the virgin, Christ was born of a virgin, one virgin, to heal the initial fall. So Yeshua decides to go back into that rebirthing, right? To birth himself through spirit so that he remembers, I'm spirit in this incarnational experience, and I remember. And part of that remembering is about awakening. Yesterday in our online Magdalene Shabbat that I do monthly online, we chanted this beautiful Shabbat song, and the beginning of the song was Hitoreri, Hitoreri, and we chant in Aramaic and Biblical Hebrew. And Hitoreri, Hitoreri means wake up. And then we chanted Uri, Uri, awaken. So in order to awaken, we must wake up. And the wake up means to have energy to wake up, to remove the veil and start looking, right? Right, when we wake up in the morning, the first thing that we do when we wake up in the morning, well, usually, is open our eyes. So we need to open our eyes so we can awaken, right? We can't have the eyes closed, well, in meditation. I think you know what I mean, right? So this is our beautiful reflection for this week, and I really love the teaching of the Gospel of Philip because it does make me think, and we really need to guard ourselves from all of the information that is being bombarded towards us, because, you know, with this Neptune and Pisces energy, and also being in the energetic world that is so powerful, right? There's such a sophisticated energy stream coming through us that we can read people immediately and people can read us. In this energetic world, things just spread so much easier. If I can send an email in 2 seconds, I can send energy in 2 seconds. So all of this is spreading. So we need to take care of our thoughts. We need to take care of our energy and see what we are allowing to come in. And even if we see something that makes sense, we must investigate and question it as well, right? If not, we're just allowing the information to come in without taking time to reflect upon it. And so a lot of things are happening on the planet right now, right? A lot of people going out in the streets manifesting, asking for their rights, and sometimes our heart can go towards all of these people. But remember to always be in a neutral space. And in that neutral space, try to understand what is happening and what are our views and not the collective view. We need to understand what we are feeling, what we are thinking, always aligned to the higher good and to the law of light, the law of Nukhra. So we're going to chant a mantra together because I think it's beautiful to be able to chant together. And this mantra is Haimanuta. And Haimanuta in Aramaic means faith. And when we awaken this faith, it is a partnership. Allah, Divine Mother Father, has faith in us, and this strengthens our faith in life, our faith in the process, our faith in everything that is happening in our lives in this moment. So let's chant it together, Haimanuta. And I think you're going to enjoy the vibration, the frequency of this Aramaic mantra, and just where do you need to have more faith in your life? Just close your eyes for a second. Breathe in. Bring the breath to your heart. And exhale, release the breath through the heart. Where do we need to have more faith in our lives right now? And in that space, we're going to chant Haimanuta. who you are and what you believe and what you feel and in what you trust. Haimanuta. We just don't want to follow the herd, right? We need to be true to what we are thinking and to what we are feeling. We need to be true to the light of creation, to that whole energy of creating through the divine human template, right? And we've got this serpent energy very active on the earth right now, moving through the different parts of Gaia, trying to connect with us, to open up the heart chakra. That's what she wants to do. She doesn't want to keep creating with subconscious, collective subconscious programming. She wants to ascend. Just as we have our serpent, so does Gaia. We need to allow her to ascend. So we're going to do a reading together. And I say we are, even though I'm choosing the cards, we are together, aren't we? And let's see the guidance we have from the Nun codes. And very shortly, the Desert Rose Oracle cards that I am creating right now will be available. And I think you will enjoy those very much. So let's see what we have here. Let me put my glasses on. I think we had that one last week. I can't remember. Oh, how beautiful. Okay. So the first one we have is Prophetess, the power of the word. And as we are in a Libra portal, the word has power. The word can contain light of creation, or it can contain the seeds of Lilith that destroy. The more light that our words contain, the more light in our frequency, the more power in our words, and the faster manifestation happens in our life. And the more we can activate and deliver transmissions through the word. Beautiful card. I love the Prophetess. And the second card, how beautiful. The Bridal Chamber, the lover and the beloved, right? So the soul and the body become one, right? Allah and I become one, and I and Shahina, the divine feminine presence, become one. So it is unity in the heart. Beautiful card. And the third one is Yeshua, the son of Nun. The son of the divine feminine wisdom codes, the son of the womb of the fish being the key that opens the door into the new codes of the divine feminine presence, the Chokmah traditions, the wisdom traditions, allowing the divine feminine to have her place in the throne next to the divine masculine. So these are very powerful wisdom codes of creation. Right, and these codes are accessible to everyone, and this is why the key changes from the Ankh to the fish with Yeshua, because the Ankh was only allowed to a certain amount of initiates, whereas the fish, Yeshua says, we all have access to this key into the wisdom codes, right? All of us. So this is a very, very, very beautiful message. And I would like to finish with a prayer from the Magdalene Prayer Book, which is a digital book that you can find on my online school. Our online school, it's not mine. Well, it is mine, but you know, it's a co-creation always, because it belongs to all of us who are here together in this community. And so I want to finish with a beautiful prayer. Nothing is ours really, right? We're just channels. And let's see which one. I'm actually going to chant the prayer, and I'm going to use the shruti just because I'm holding the computer and I won't be able to drum. And it's, let me make this a bit bigger so I can actually chant without my glasses on. Okay. I'm going to say a line and you chant a line, okay? The same line. The second time I chant it, you're chanting it with me. Mary be Magdalene, Mary to Yeshua Messiah and all of the light beings of the spiral of the Rosa Mystica. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for being here. And if you would like to ask me a question or leave a comment, I really love to read you, or anything that has been awakened through this Desert Rose guidance this week, or maybe something that I haven't clarified. Just leave a comment, a question, a reflection. And for me, it warms my heart to feel this community and feel all of you co-creating with me.